Oh, come on. Let me try that again. I'm Adam Seitz. I'm a reviewer and inspector for Quality Assurance International, and I'm going to talk a little bit about facility pest management practices in the context of organic handlers today. The National Organic Program requires that operations follow what's commonly referred to as the pest management hierarchy. This means that an operation first has to use preventative, cultural, and physical control methods prior to utilizing a pest control material or a pesticide. The good news is that a lot of operations are already implementing plans very close to the requirements as a part of pre-established good management practices or other food safety prerequisite programs. So if you're not there with your current practices, chances are you're pretty close already. Let's take a look at what these preventative, cultural, and physical practices include. There is a lot of crossover between them, but preventative practices would be really preventing access of the pests to the facility in the first place. So things like maintaining the facility in good structural repair, maintaining minimal vegetation around the perimeter of the facility. And cultural would be things like inspecting incoming ingredient lots for infestations, especially those high-risk ingredients that you might have previously had issues with or just otherwise identify as high risk. And things like modifying the environment, temperature, light, humidity, and physical controls would just be like using traps, essentially. So a common question that comes up is, do I need to let QAI know that I'm planning to use pesticides? And the answer is yes, most definitely. QAI needs to agree with the material that you're going to use, the method of application, and what steps are taken to prevent contamination. And also, you do need to still always be following the pest management hierarchy. So if you find that the preventative practices, cultural practices, and physical practices aren't effective in controlling pest populations, then you can progress to using a non-synthetic or a synthetic pesticide that's consistent with the national list. Should those methods prove ineffective, then you can progress to using pesticides that are not included on the national list. But do remember, you always need to let QAI know what your plans are. And this is most commonly communicated to us via the Organic Compliance Plan and the Addendum Materials List. So the Organic Compliance Plan is used to kind of detail your general pest management practices, and the Addendum Materials List is where you would specify exactly what materials you're using, where you're using them, and what steps you're taking to prevent contamination specific to the material that's being used. If you don't experience pest issues, it can be really handy to have QAI approve a pest management plan ahead of time. That way, you're not having to call me up on the phone when you're experiencing a pest outbreak and having to make sure we approve the material that you're using, we approve the steps that you're taking, and to make sure that you might have any records prepared or logs that you're going to maintain to show us that adequate steps were taken. Great to have an approved plan ahead of time.